Welcome back to Car Future Wheels, where we bring you tomorrow's cars today. And today, we're taking an up-close, no-holds-barred look at the 2026 Porsche 911, a car that continues to redefine what it means to be a modern sports machine. It's not just an update, it's a reassertion of dominance from Stuttgart. Let's dive deep into this latest iteration of a living legend. From the very first glance, the 2026 911 radiates confidence. Porsche has taken a conservative yet impactful approach with the design. You know it's a 911, but it's got just enough edge to remind you it's brand new. Up front, the familiar rounded LED matrix headlights are more intelligent than ever. Porsche's latest HD matrix system allows dynamic lighting patterns based on traffic and road conditions. The lights are sleeker, better integrated into the curvature of the fenders, and they feel like eyes of a predator ready to pounce. Below those headlights, the front bumper sees a reshaped design with larger adaptive air intakes that now function with active aero elements, depending on speed and cooling requirements. These open and close with mechanical precision. The front lip is more pronounced, hinting at both performance and aerodynamic efficiency. There's also subtle refinement to the hood line as a sharper, slightly longer, giving the nose a slightly more aggressive stance without losing its iconic silhouette. Moving along the side, the proportions remain unmistakably 911. The roofline continues its perfect arc from A to C pillar, with a beautifully sculpted side profile. Porsche now offers lightweight magnesium alloy wheels as standard on the GTS trims and above, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires for unmatched grip. Flush-fitting door handles now sit even more seamlessly into the bodywork. You also get active side skirts on the Turbo S model that extend at high speeds for additional downforce, helping the car stick through high-speed corners like it's glued to the asphalt. One of the most noticeable updates along the side is the reworked air intakes just ahead of the rear fenders. These are now larger and functional on every model above the base car era. They channel more air into the rear-mounted engine bay, enhancing both cooling and efficiency. And if you're a fan of heritage, Porsche hasn't forgotten its past. There's a new heritage design package that includes throwback decals, Fuchs-inspired wheels, and a subtle gold script badging. Around the back, the changes are bold yet respectful to the 911 DNA. The continuous LED light bar is thinner and crisper, floating above a new 3D structured mesh grille that hides cleverly designed air outlets. The adaptive rear wing is now fully integrated into the bodywork when retracted and raises with a broader surface area for enhanced high-speed stability. Twin exhaust outlets, standard on most variants, are now reshaped in oval geometry with titanium tips on performance trims. Turbo and Turbo S models come with quad tips finished in black chrome. One of the slickest new features is the active diffuser tucked beneath the bumper. It works in tandem with the rear wing, adjusting in real time to improve underbody aerodynamics. Even the rear bumper has been resculpted for a sharper, race-inspired look, and Porsche's signature logo sits under glass, subtly illuminated at night. Now, step inside, and it's immediately clear that Porsche has fully embraced the future. The 2026 911's interior is cleaner, more digitized, and more refined than ever. For the first time, the iconic 5-gauge cluster is entirely digital, a curved 12.6-inch OLED display that maintains the traditional layout while offering extensive customization. Want a classic analog-style tach in the middle? Done. Prefer a full navigation view? You've got it. The center console has been simplified, eliminating clutter in favor of a minimalist aesthetic. Porsche's new 10.9-inch infotainment screen supports faster response times, over-the-air updates, and finally supports both wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a new AI-powered voice assistant that can learn your habits over time, adjusting everything from climate to suspension modes based on your preferences. The shifter for the PDK gearbox is now a small electronic toggle, freeing up space for a larger wireless charging pad, additional storage, and redesigned cup holders. Porsche's commitment to premium materials remains unquestioned. Real leather, carbon fiber, and brushed aluminum are used generously across the cabin. You can spec the seats in everything from classic black leather to vibrant chalk, Bordeaux red, or even heritage plaid inserts. Front sport seats are now thinner yet more supportive, with 18-way adjustability and available ventilation and massage functions. Rear seats are still best suited for kids or extra luggage, but they now fold completely flat, giving you more practical cargo room than you'd expect in a supercar. Soundproofing has improved thanks to dual laminated glass and additional cabin insulation, But if you're going for a GTS or Turbo S, you might just want to keep the sport exhaust button. It sounds fantastic. Speaking of sound, the optional Burmester 3D audio system remains one of the best in the business, perfectly tuned to the 911's acoustic profile. Under the hood, the 2026 911 offers a host of performance variants. The base Carrera is no slouch, now pushing out 405 horsepower from its 3.0-liter twin-turbo flat-six, getting you from 0 to 60 in just 3.9 seconds. Step up to the Carrera S, and you're looking at 475 horsepower. The GTS model, that gets you 515 horsepower, with a sharper chassis, lower suspension, and Porsche dynamic chassis control as standard. But let's talk about the Turbo and Turbo S. The 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat-six in the Turbo S now produces a staggering 660 horsepower, shaving its 0-60 time to a blistering 2.5 seconds. Launch control feels like a punch to the chest in the best way. Porsche also introduced an optional mild hybrid system for the first time in select trims. This adds a small battery and integrated starter generator to improve torque filled during acceleration, reduce turbo lag, and improve fuel economy slightly. It's not a full hybrid, but it adds a layer of smoothness and sophistication under heavy throttle. Handling is as precise as ever, if not better. Rear wheel steering is sharper, and the revised suspension tuning offers better compliance over imperfect roads while remaining razor sharp when pushed. Porsche Active Suspension Management, PASM, now reacts quicker than ever thanks to updated sensors and software, reading the road up to 500 times per second. On a canyon road, the 911 dances with precision. On the track, it devours apexes with ease. Braking is phenomenal as expected. Standard models come with steel rotors that are larger and lighter than before, while the Turbo and Turbo S models get Porsche ceramic composite brakes with yellow calipers that bite harder than ever. Now let's talk pricing. The 2026 Porsche 911 Carrera starts at around $118,000, which is a bump from the previous generation but justified given the tech and performance upgrades. The Carrera S comes in at approximately $133,000, while the GTS starts at $148,000. The Turbo, expect to pay north of $180,000, with the Turbo S crossing the $210,000 mark easily with options. Fully loaded Heritage Design Editions can flirt with the $250,000 territory, but in return, you are getting one of the most complete and versatile sports cars on the market. Whether you're daily driving or setting lap records, there's a 911 variant that fits. Porsche also continues to offer extensive personalization through its exclusive manufacturer program. If you can dream it, you can probably build it. So, is the 2026 Porsche 911 worth your money? In a world increasingly dominated by electrification, the 911 stands tall as a symbol of analog feel married to digital intelligence. It's a driver's car that hasn't forgotten its soul. It evolves without abandoning the essence that made it legendary in the first place. That's it for today's in-depth look at the 2026 Porsche 911. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe to Future Wheelz for more cutting-edge car content, and drop a comment below what's your favorite generation of the 911. And would you go for the new one? We'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep your wheels turning and your heart racing.